Good morning and welcome to ETX Covered. I'm David Lippman. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, nearly 17 million people put college on hold this year because of the coronavirus. So today, we're devoting the entire hour of ETX Covered to the future of higher education and the ways this pandemic will affect schools and their students. Our first guest is Dr. Scott Gordon, president of Stephen F. Austin State University. Good morning.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, first, how has SFA been coping with COVID-19 this fall?
Well, we've been coping with it. We started our planning really back in March. Obviously, we, like many institutions, sent our students home for just pretty much mid to late March. And from that day on, we have been planning to have those students return and planning for how those students can return in a safe and healthy manner. And so we brought our students back onto campus for fall semester. So far, so good. We are monitoring the COVID-19 cases. We have over 200 isolation rooms available, and so far the largest number we've seen is 17 students in those 200 spots, and that's been pretty consistent, anywhere between 8 to 17. So we're pleased with our numbers. We have our mask policy, and we all have to wear our masks throughout all the facilities on campus, and our students have been really following that mandate very well. And so we're pretty pleased where we are.
The SFA is doing a mix of in-person, online, and hybrid courses. So did a lot of students choose to stay home as they take the courses online?
Yeah, we have, we typically have about a little over 4,000 students living on campus, and we're down about 900 students living on campus. Some of those students are taking courses from home, and we understand that. We typically had a 60-hour rule for students that had to remain on campus for their first 60 hours. We suspended that rule. Again, flexibility, Lumberjacks Flex, and allowing the students to live at home or on campus or off campus for this fall semester. But we still have, we have students living on campus that are taking all online courses. We have students living on campus that are taking a mix of online and face-to-face. And of course, a lot of students who are here on campus are taking face-to-face.
And what kind of impact have you seen from coronavirus on applications or enrollment so far?
Yeah, so this past summer, right during the height of COVID-19, when things were spiking, we actually saw a close to 10% increase in enrollment for our summer term, and that was one of the highest summer rates we've seen in decades. For this fall, we had a lot of students who were a little bit apprehensive. So let me go back up. Summer was completely online. So for this fall, we had a lot of students who were a little bit apprehensive about moving away from their homes and going off to college, where students do live in pretty close quarters. And so what we've ended up finding is that our enrollment for the fall was down slightly. And in fact, our student credit hours, which is what we're funded by, was only down 1%, and that was a very good number for us. We were expecting to be down 5%. There are some prognosticators out there that were saying, nationally across the country, higher ed may be down 15 to 20%. So we're pleased with that. Our graduate numbers are up over 10%. So again, a lot of silver linings. Another silver lining that we found this year is that our fall to fall retention rate, which is a typical measurement of persistence, was up 7%, and it's the highest it has ever been in the history of the institution. And our graduation rate is currently the highest it's ever been. So has COVID had an impact? Yeah, but we're working through that. It's been minimal, and we're pretty excited about getting COVID behind us and really escalating the numbers and the educational access once COVID is over.
Depending on how long this financial downturn goes on, how much do you think the price of an institution is going to determine how competitive it can be in the future?
Well, I think it's going to be very important. And I think, what I've seen over the years is that students and families are becoming a lot more price conscious. And so they're looking at not just the tuition cost, but what are some of the other fees? And that's, again, why we put this one price model in place, because tuition is only part of it. When you start looking down at all of the different variables that go into the cost of getting a college degree, there's a lot of other fees. We've gotten rid of all of those fees. And the other thing that we're really looking at, there's something out there called the Open Education Resources. And open education resources are free resources that can be used by higher education institutions. And so what that will do is, in some courses and in many courses here at the university, our faculty are utilizing those open education resources as the learning resources, the textbooks. If you ever look at the cost of textbooks, it has risen exponentially over the years. And so by having a one price model, by having open education resources, we're working very hard to reduce that cost of a college degree.
More with Dr. Gordon after the break, including a change to the traditional academic calendar that could make it easier for students to fit college into their lives. Stay with us.